Hi and welcome to my August review. We start the month as we finished last month because we have, if you remember, that aspect between Uranus and the Moon's North Node. This lasts for another 2 weeks into this month. But also we finished last month with that triple conjunction of Mars in with those two. And we start this month with Venus making a positive aspect to that triple conjunction. Now with Venus and Mars is always a good time and love is always in the air, but particularly friendships as well for you Cancerians, because Mars is in that 11th house. So there could be new people, new friends that pop up that will be lifelong friends, and the relationship will flourish. Also with this aspect, it's time to learn or to balance the giving and receiving side of relationships and get things nicely in perspective. Now with the aspect to the Uranus, Venus will want some excitement. She won't be content with the daily norm and routines, and again with this being in the 11th house, there could be interaction with groups and there could be sudden changes within the group dynamics. Now with the North Node, you can expect a sign or a message or something that will point you in the right direction or bring the right person to you at the right time. Frustrations to do with money on the 6th, because we have Mars making a square aspect to Saturn in that 8th house of shared resources. So if you're trying to sell a property with joint resources or do any other negotiations, and there'll be frustrations and they won't be going to plan. This happens to run for 3 days, so just be aware that you don't want to get too uptight about it or frustrated about it, because whatever you do will not change things. You're just going to have to wait till the aspect has passed. Now the following day, on the 7th, there is a bit of relief because Venus makes a positive aspect to Neptune, so this will allow you to drift away from any tensions and to enjoy yourself in a creative and social way, and perhaps be with friends so it takes your mind off any frustration there with Mars. And don't forget, with all Mars aspects, if you become frustrated or irritated, you need to channel the energy in another way. Go and exercise or do something that will use that energy wisely. Expect a day of intense passion and emotion on the 8th, because Venus makes an opposition to Pluto. Venus in your 1st house opposes Pluto in the 7th house of relationships. So whether it's for good or for bad, there will be a lot of intensity and a lot of power around love on this day. Now this could be used constructively. This can be used to transform a relationship. This could be used to deepen the love within that relationship, or it could be used to squabble and to fight over things where there's power or money concerned. Now the other aspect we have on this day is between the Sun and Chiron. Now this is a fantastic day to show off your talents and just show what you can do. Chiron's in the 10th house of career and destiny and your public standing. This is a day when you can really be in your element and show people what you can do. Between the 10th and the 12th, the Sun makes a square aspect to that Uranus North Node conjunction. Now, with this happening, you have a few days where there could be some sudden changes. There could be also some very informative information that will help you to make changes. But the most important thing is that you do need to keep changing. And even if things are going well, this is a better time to make changes. It's no good waiting until things have got so bad that you have to change. With Uranus, you need to be one step ahead and make changes before the planet catch-ups as you and forces you to change. Now with the square to the North Node, it's also square to the South Node, so the nodes are activated here. And this is the 5th house to the 11th house. So issues regarding freedom and closeness may crop up at this time, and also things between past and present. So if there's anything from the past that crops up, you know it's not good, because the past has nothing new to teach us. The North Node is our way forward, is our spiritual way forward, so this is the way we need to go, and this is through the 11th house. So friends can help you, guide you, groups can help and guide you, and it's a good time when you need to set new dreams and goals. Forget about the past, forget about the old ones, don't be going backwards, go forwards. Now we also have an interesting aspect between Mars and Neptune. Now this will help you to see a bigger picture. Mars is very much softened by this aspect, so there won't be that strong desire to get on and do things. You'll be more relaxed. You'll be more relaxed to be able to look at the bigger picture and see where you can really make some changes that will make a difference. On the 12th we have our full moon. Now this is going to be a difficult full moon for you Cancerians because the moon is your ruler and it rules emotions and feelings, and it's in a sign which is devoid of emotion, Aquarius. Aquarius is detached and aloof and is not really akin to emotional side of things. It's more logical in nature. So it's going to be a difficult couple of weeks with this full moon in this position, but also there's a heavy concentration around the 8th house with the full moon there, and also Saturn being at 8th house. So it's all about shared resources, it's all about finances, and there could be a large outlay, there could be a settlement or paying off of debts, or there could be something large that you need to purchase like a car or something similar. Now there'll be restrictions and frustrations because the moon is applying to Saturn. Saturn is the planet that holds things back, but there's always a reason for this. So if there are delays, if there are setbacks, there is a reason for this. You need to learn something. You need to learn a vital lesson before you can move forward. Now the other aspect that's happening at the same time as the full moon is an aspect between Mercury and the black moon Lilith. Now the black moon Lilith is in your sign in your first house. So this is a time when you need to be a little bit careful because you'll be easily able to upset people because you'll be able to talk straight from the heart. Your feelings will come out readily, and maybe the people aren't ready to hear these things, so you don't want to be saying things and upsetting people. A very interesting aspect on the 13th because Mars makes a positive aspect to Pluto. Pluto's in that 7th house. This is a time when you can put time, effort and energy into transforming things around you, especially within your relationships. Mars is still in that 11th house of friendships and groups, and also Pluto's in that 7th house of relationships. So within all your relationships you can make changes and transformations, and Mars will give you the incentive and the drive to be able to do this. This aspect lasts for 4 days, so it's plenty of time to make those changes and transformations. Now, the other aspect that's happening the following day is the Sun. It makes an aspect to Saturn, an opposition. Now we talk about the full moon and the influence of Saturn blocking things in that 8th house of finances. Well, the Sun makes that opposition as an ideal time to clear those limitations. Work with them. Don't let them frustrate you and irritate you. Just work with them. There's more than one way to get over these problems. So this is the opportunity you have. There's help at hand from Mercury between the 15th and the 22nd because Mercury makes 5 aspects in that short space of time. And Mercury's in the 3rd house, the house he rules, and in Virgo, the sign that he rules. So this is fantastic news. This is a time to do any paperwork, sign any forms, do any contracts. It's a time to get things organised in that realm of the mundane. And any opportunities that come your way, this is fantastic. Your communication will be at its best, and you'll be able to negotiate and get along and do everything that you need to do. On the 24th, it's a day to attract abundance into your life. It's a very fortunate day, especially in the career area, as we have an aspect from the Sun to Chiron in that 10th house. Also on this day we have Uranus going retrograde. Now Uranus going retrograde in your 11th house in Taurus. Now this isn't the first time this has happened, but it's another chance to work with the energy. And this is a time with the 11th house to make sure that you have the right kind of people around you, the right kind of friends, the right kind of groups that you belong to, and that you only associate with people who can benefit you. The lesson to be learned while Uranus is in this 11th house is to be very selective of your friends, and also to do activities with friends that will grow the spirit. Difficult few days on the 25th because we have Mars, who's now moved into your 12th house, the area of the unconscious realms, having a square with the Sun, who's now moved into the 3rd house, the house of the mind. Now when the Sun transits the 3rd, it does play on the mind a bit, and there is a chance that you may get a little bit depressed or a little bit low. And with Mars in this square position, it's going to be a time when you're going to be thinking about what you did in the past, especially 6 months ago, when these two last made contact. And it could be that if you made the wrong decision then, that you need to make some changes, because that decision could now come to take revenge on you. So it's a time of contemplation. You've got 4 days to think through this and see what your next move is. But we also have a square aspect from Venus. Now Venus squares the aspect between Uranus and the Moon's North Node. So this again is another opportunity. This can help you, because it's a time when you can ask for wise counsel, whether it's with friends or maybe within some kind of counselling or group therapy. It's a time when you can have the opportunity to sort things out in your own mind by helping. By the help of others, and being able to converse and talk about your problems with others. Friday the 27th we see the new moon. Now, the new moon is in Virgo, and it's in your third house. Now again, like the full moon, the new moon is in an intellectual house, and the moon is a feeling being, so it's going to be a little bit difficult, but this could be used to your advantage, because you could go with your logic at this point. And with the aspect between Chiron and the Black Moon, there could be a time when you rebel against your own nature, so to speak. You rebel against yourself, and maybe it's a time of dramatic change, that you completely change direction. We've had all the contemplation with Mars over the last few days. Maybe it's time now that you have reached a decision and you actually put the dramatic change into place. On the 28th we have another difficult day, because Venus makes an opposition to Saturn, and you remember Saturn's in the 8th house of finances. So this is a time when financial duties or responsibilities take over, so it's not a day to be having fun and enjoying yourself. You need to attend to these duties. Then on the 31st we have a much better day. This is a positive day with Mars making an aspect to Jupiter, and it's in the 10th house. Jupiter's in that house of destiny, but it's also the area of career and your public standing. So this is a fantastic day to put energy into achieving and being success at something. This is good for all kinds of business, for legal matters. It's good for just about anything that would benefit you at this moment in time. So make the most of it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the August review. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd be glad to hear from you.